This is Ian from Easy Genie, and I was alerted to the fact that FamilySearch full text search now includes indexing of certain types of court records. I wanted to talk a little bit about that today, and also thank you to Michelle for basically revealing this information, because sometimes FamilySearch doesn't make the announcements. Anyways, go to familysearch.org/labs. You should come to a page like this. Look for the tile that says expand your search with full text, and then go to experiment. You'll come to a search window and you can enter some information. So in this particular case, what I did is I entered the name of a third great grandfather living in Clinton County, New York. This is up by the Vermont and Canadian Quebec borders. And basically, I searched for records that come up. And one thing to note is that lots of records come up. So deeds and wills came up before. This is in the, I think, late spring or right after Roots Tech. They announced this feature, and deeds and wills were there. But now you can look for other records too. You can see there's a lot in this particular search, 372,000. So what you can do to filter it down is go to collection. And that what you want to do to find the court records, you actually have to go to a special type of record that's listed there. So for instance, you can see things like probate records, homestead records, different types of administration files. What I needed to do is go to United States, then find the state, and it says United States, New York legal, and then it gives a bad year number. So this is still a little bit rough around the edges. Then click apply, and then other types of records start to show up. So for instance, guardianship records show up. What else comes up? Actually, I have a couple examples. I'll just go straight to that. So this is a type of record. This is a type of record that came up. It's a court minutes. So this came up in the legal records for New York State for another county. And basically it appears, I didn't know about this, but my great-great-grandfather was involved in some sort of attempted fraud or misrepresentation. And these court minutes talk about this apparent fraud. And the alleged person who was carrying it out was based in Maine. They couldn't really identify him for sure, but they had used some aliases. So this is a really interesting case. It wasn't in the family story, so I want to look a little bit further. But I recognize a couple other names that turned up as well. So this is quite interesting. And this showed up in the court minutes. And I was totally unaware that this had ever happened. So full text search made it happen. The other thing that comes up in the court minutes in full text search are whether or not people participated as in some other sort of case. So for instance, another great-great-grandfather was basically a juror in another type of case. And the great thing about finding something like this is that I can actually, now that I have the date and the name of the case, where the case took place, I can actually look in historical newspapers for New York and then determine what else was going on. Not just for this case where my great-great-grandfather was a juror, but also this case, this attempted fraud, because if it made it to court, and it's kind of remarkable, I'm pretty sure that reporters at that time, when the news business was much more robust, would be down in the courtroom and trying to figure out what's going on. So maybe I can look into it and see what the case was and try to piece together a story. So anyways, that's full text search, how you can find certain types of court records using full text search on FamilySearch. Again, go to familysearch.org, find the tile that says expand your search with full text, go to experiment, and off you go. Hope this helped.